Welcome back to SWGA Sickle Cell Awareness with Patient Advocate Monica. If you're visiting for the first time, welcome. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to the tribe. In today's video, I am going to talk about part 2 of World Sickle Cell Day. And in today's video, we're going to talk about Africa. Let's get into the video. When people hear the word sickle cell disease, the first thing that comes to mind is people that are of African descent. That is true. There are more patients that are living with sickle cell disease live in the continent of Africa. It's not the only place that people live, but it is one of the number one places where sickle cell patients are. And the first place that I want to talk about is Nigeria. And the reason that I want to talk about Nigeria is for the simple fact that my primary care physician is from Nigeria. There are over 300 babies that are born every year with sickle cell disease. A majority of sickle cell babies are born in Nigeria. The thing about that is when I studied Africa and studied the history of sickle cell disease, in times past, they were known as the babies that come and go. Because in history, a lot of times, most sickle cell babies, they didn't last a year. When they were born, they lasted maybe 3 to 6 months at the most. But as time changed and as treatment changed, they changed the age up to 6 years old. Then they changed it to 8 years old. And lately, the number one number that I hear is 18. Most sickle cell patients don't live past the age of 18 years old, which is not true. And that has even changed with hydroxyurea, a lot of research that's being done, genetic testing that's being done, genetic counseling that's being done. So now the new number is 21. A lot of patients and a lot of medical professionals don't think that children live past the age of 21 with sickle cell disease, which is not true, and I'm living proof of that. The good thing is there's still medications on the market for sickle cell patients, and I like that they're building more clinics as well as more medical facilities for sickle cell patients from pediatric all the way up to adulthood, which is great. And the people in Nigeria, they're doing a great job with managing and helping patients manage their sickle cell disease. Next place that I'm going to talk about is Kenya. I'm so excited to talk about Kenya because Kenya has been working with ASH, which stands for American Society of Hematology, which they have been working together and doing great things. I am so excited that ASH is working in Kenya with patients there. And ASH has been working with the county authorities and advocacy groups as well as clinicians in an effort to improve access to care and close gaps in knowledge within communities. It is so important for these communities to know what sickle cell disease is, how it works, what works and what don't work, and how to care for a patient with sickle cell disease. So that is so good. More than 2,800 patients with sickle cell disease have been examined in a hematology clinic. That is so good. That's more than here in the location that I am in. More than 2,800 patients with sickle cell disease have been examined in a hematology clinic. That is so wonderful. And I'm glad that ASH is doing that with these organizations because collaborations are everything. One group can't do it and a group can't do it without the other group. So that is so important that these collaborations are done. Another thing that I like that ASH is doing that is so important, especially from the perspective of a patient as well as a patient advocate. I know how it is to need things and need treatment and need your medicine. So another thing that ASH is doing is they're making sure that patients have access to their medications through donations and a revolving fund set up to subsidize the cost of treatment. That is so important. That patients have access to their medications through donations and there are different organizations that are making sure that they get their treatment, nonprofit organizations. Well, in Africa, they don't use the word nonprofit organizations, they use the word non governmental organizations. It is so important that these non-governmental organizations are making sure that these sickle cell patients are getting the treatment that they need, as well as access to the health care that they need. That is so important. I am so excited about that. I am so glad for that. And that's why we share that kind of information during World Sickle Cell Day, which is June the 19th. I am so excited about that. That is so good. Third and final place that I'm going to talk about is Ghana. Ghana. Ghana holds a special place in my heart because I remember being in college and I met some international students from Ghana. They were very fun to be around. I love hanging around Richard and his brothers. They were twins. That was just a dynamic group to be around. But anyway, I love the work that is going on in Ghana for sickle cell patients. There is a phenomenal partnership that has been happening for the last 5 years, and it's just been kept quiet. It has been kept silent, which is wonderful because sometimes you have to do things silently. But this partnership has been with the Ministry of Health of Ghana, Ghana Health Services, the Sickle Cell Foundation of Ghana, and pharmaceutical companies. And that pharmaceutical company is Novartis Pharmaceutical Company. That is amazing. And what has been happening, or what I have seen over the last few years, is the work that Novartis has been doing for sickle cell patients. It has been phenomenal. It has not just been in the United States, it's been around the world. Wherever there are sickle cell patients are, that's where Novartis is. And that is a wonderful thing. So we definitely need to highlight Novartis and the work that they're doing in the sickle cell community around the world. They've helped over 15,000 babies that were born with sickle cell disease in Ghana to make sure that they got the holistic help that they need. I love that. I like that they had a holistic approach because sometimes people aren't able to get the medications that they need or the treatment that they need. But I've learned over the years, I'm 46 years old, and I do know that food can be your medicine. Sometimes when you can't get your medicine, your food can become your medicine, and that is so important. And I like how they're improving on the diagnosis and the screening of patients as well as the treatment of patients. That is so good. And I like how things are changing. As a patient and a patient advocate, I'm seeing firsthand how things are changing. And I like the fact that Novartis has already delivered over 12,000 treatments for sickle cell patients, and they have 11 centers across Ghana for sickle cell patients. And these people are trained to work with sickle cell patients. Over in the United States, there are a lot of people that are in the medical field that know nothing about sickle cell. But I like how in Ghana that they're trained to work with sickle cell patients. And I like that there are companies that are committed to making sure sickle cell patients get the things that they need to make sure they get the treatment that they need. And this is one of the things that I know why sickle cell patients are living longer. They are living longer because there are better treatments. People are figuring this thing out. They're looking at holistic ways for sickle cell patients to live longer. Another thing that I want to say while I close out with Ghana. Ghana is the first African nation to commit to offering the international standard of care to its residents. I'm going to say that again. Ghana is the first African nation to commit to offering the international standard of care to its residents. That's why I wanted to live in Ghana. That's probably why my heart knew, like, Monica, you need to be there because they're going to know how to treat you there, girl. They're going to know how to treat you there. And that is so important. This concludes this video, but what I want to say, if you learned anything from this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you have not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell for weekly uploads because I do upload on Tuesdays and or Thursdays to make sure that everyone stay updated on sickle cell news. And my goal is to make sure I raise global awareness about sickle cell because sickle cell is not a black disease, it is a global issue. And most importantly, it is an inherited blood disorder. And if you have any questions about sickle cell, any comments about sickle cell, make sure you leave your comments in the comment section. And also, I'm going to include in the description a video I did last year on the history of World Sickle Cell Day. Until next time, stay hydrated and stay well. Goodbye.